Let's go to the Dairy Max Built by Nature hotline. Go out west. Wester. Keep going west. I'll tell you when to stop. Go west to El Paso County. Let's talk to the head coach of the team that is the talk of El Paso County. We are joined by Ray Aguilar, the head coach of the San Elizario Eagles. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, I got a story I got to share with you guys.
Right off the top. Here we go.
So last week I got a text message from Matt Stepp.
I want to apologize. I want to apologize.
I felt like I was at the front row of a Beyonce concert. and then later this week I got a text from you, and then it was almost like Jay-Z came out of the same concert. So I feel very honored to be a part of your show. So thank you guys for having me.
Well, listen, we're not just calling anybody. We're calling you for a reason. Your Eagles are off to a 5-2 start. You guys haven't. San Elizario is a team that hasn't won 5 games in a season since 1999. It's been a remarkable run. I guess right now, how would you describe kind of the vibe around the program?
There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of energy. I think energy is sort of the key word. And it's, it's really not even around the program. It's around the entire community. I don't know how much you know about San Elizario, but it's a small city right outside of El Paso. And, the community around here has just sort of embraced this season and has been so excited for our guys, for our team. And, so it's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement out here. It's a good time.
You're in your first year there at San Elizario, and you took over a program that, look, nobody's going to mistake for a powerhouse. That's just, the bottom line of it. This is a program that's really struggled. They were 0-10 last year, just 2-8 the year before, haven't had a winning season. Since that 1999 season. My question for you, you were hired late. You come in May to take over this job. What was step one for you? I mean, obviously, to run a marathon, you got to take that first step. What was step one for you when you arrived?
When I first got here, there was 27 kids on my, first team meeting. 27 kids in the whole program, and I knew that was going to be a big issue. So the first thing I went to work on is sort of recruiting the hallways and finding, which kids were interested in playing football or had any interest. Kind of an interesting stat. We have 36 kids on our varsity roster, and 18 of those kids, so half of our roster, did not play football the year before. 7 of them have never played football ever before. And so, just kind of going and finding kids, and then, of course, making my big thing is, football isn't the most important thing in this program. The kids are the most important thing. And so putting the kids first, they kind of felt that they were important now and that they had, a big say in the way or in the direction that we were trying to go. And, when we did that, you could tell, that the kids started coming out, they got excited, and then just kind of the energy just picked up from there.
We're talking with Ray Aguilar, the head coach of the San Elizario Eagles here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, #TF Today. I want to go back to week 1 because this was a build, and this was a lot of the kids who were on the team last year hadn't experienced a win. You guys go out and you take it to El Paso Riverside, a 26-7 win. I'm real interested. What was the feeling like after getting that first victory back in week 1?
Well, how I talked about earlier how when Matt Stepp texted me and then you text me and it was like a Beyonce Jay-Z concert, that like times about 10, 15, 20, it was really exciting. And just to see some of the faces in the crowd, people were crying. I mean, it was really a big deal. And you said it earlier in your show, San Eli hasn't experienced a winning season since 1999. And that was the only season that they've had sort of, some success in football. And now for these kids to be able to experience that, like I said, our kids come first. And for them to be able to experience something like this right now, it really means a lot. It's really a big deal for them.
It's really exciting what you guys got going on out there. And there's a lot of reasons why you guys are rolling right now. But the thing that stands out to me, Well, your defense sure is playing with some edge. Your defense is flying around, playing like it matters. Guys like Jose Correa have stepped up. Giovanni Fernandez has been great. You guys have picked off 11 passes on the year, including 6 of them from your senior defensive back, Jacob Lopez. How would you kind of describe your defense, the style of defense, and maybe the personality of your defense that's led you to this hot start?
Well, first of all, I got to give credit to my defensive coordinator. Robert Herrera has done a great job. Kind of coming in, I knew him from way back when he was at Canutillo High School, also in El Paso County School. But, he's done a great job just motivating the kids, getting them excited. But the key word, I think, for our defense, and we've kind of embraced as a team, is let's fly. That's kind of our team hashtag, if you will. And that's exactly what we do on defense, man. Those kids fly around. They play hard. They play fast. And that has made all of a world of a difference, I guess you could say, for us defensively.
Offensively, on the other side of the ball, you've got a number of playmakers, guys who have really stepped up. But, to me, and by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sure seems like it starts with your running game, that if the running game ain't going, then you guys ain't going. And Raymond Acevedo has been excellent for you guys, creeping up on 1,000 yards on the season. For those who may not know about this junior running back, what can you tell us about him?
All right, so again, I got to give credit to my offensive coordinator. I was able to steal him from actually Riverside, our first game. David Cortines has done a great job of, kind of getting that offense together, and he's just done a phenomenal job of, coaching these guys up. But Ray's an awesome kid. Ray was the leader. Ray was kind of the guy when I got here my first day. They said, "Oh, you have to meet Ray. He's a great kid." Blah blah blah. And so I go and I meet Ray and I talk to Ray, and he tells me, "Coach, we're going to be pretty good this year. I think we can be good, and we're excited and all that." He says, "But our offensive line, you have to meet them. Those are the guys who kind of lead it for us, and those are the guys who do all the things." And so he's definitely an unselfish player. Which always, of course, makes it awesome when you have a kid like that. Yes, our run game sort of, just like any other offense, I think, running the ball first is, our first priority. But our passing game, isn't anything to sleep on either. Our kids do a great job of, Chris Olvera, our quarterback, is a returning starter from last year, and being able to bounce back the way he has from, going 0-10 as a junior to now, 5-2 as a senior, that has really, really impressed me. So, yes, Ray, yes, Chris Olvera, but, of course, all the love goes to our offensive line.
You guys are taking a well-earned bye week this week. I'm real interested from your perspective, what you guys are hoping to accomplish this week. I know that it's just a week with no game, but it doesn't mean the work stops. What are you guys looking to accomplish in your bye week?
We've actually been hitting the weight room pretty hard. It's somewhere, that I think that we need to work on a little bit, especially going into the off season later on, is the weight room. And you're going to kind of laugh at me, but I've been meeting with the seniors every day, talking a little bit about leadership with them, kind of career planning with them, and then also, preparing to make sure they have their SATs, their FAFSA, and all that ready to go for life after football. And then, we have some cool things planned for our kids this week. Today we did a little appreciation breakfast for our cheer and dance and band and all that. But it's really just getting back to, the kids come first in our program. And getting back to, our core values, today is love and family, and, kind of showing appreciation for all of those who, this football, yes, is a game, but it's also kind of an event that you put together. So, it's not just us on Friday nights. It's our band, it's our cheer team, our dance team, our trainers and all of our community just coming out and supporting us and helping us, to be where we are today.
Next week, when you guys do resume play, you guys are going to take on Clint in your district opener. Congratulations, by the way, on qualifying for the playoffs with a 4-team district. You guys are in.
It was tough, but we made it.
It was tough, but you guys are in. But you guys you open district next week with Clint. San Elizario hasn't beaten Clint since 2000. It's been a long time. I'm not going to ask you to give away your game plan, but when you look at what you're up against next week against the Lions, what are you seeing?
Well, you said it exactly right. Coach Martinez over there is doing a great job with the Lions, and they're going to be a lion of an opponent. They're tough, and their record doesn't indicate, how they're playing at all. They've played, some really tough teams, and, preparing them, they're a wishbone team. And so, anytime you have to go against the wishbone, you kind of like having the bye week before that game because it does take a little bit more time to prepare for. And so, they're going to be tough. Our kids really have to, play their best game and come out and play, do their best for us to go out there and get that win. But, just like anything else, just like any opponent, you prepare, you do your best, you put in your best game plan, and, you kind of hope for the best on Friday nights.
One more question for Ray Aguilar, the head coach of the San Elizario Eagles here on Texas Football Today. Coach, you're a third generation coach. You've bounced around. You were at Klein Forest. Before that you were in the Houston area. You were in Austin. You were on the staff for Mac Brown at Texas. You were on Mike Price's staff at UTEP, and you are an El Paso native.
Yes.
With all of that as the background, for you personally, what has this season so far been like for you? What has it been, for you from a personal perspective?
It's special. My grandfather passed away this year, and so to be able to come out, and do what we've done, you got to kind of look, beyond reality, kind of look at, he's obviously there helping me out.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've had a lot of great mentors. I've worked with a lot of great coaches over the, not only in Houston and Austin, but, with Mac Brown obviously is big. Mike Price was big, but my family, my uncle, who's the AD actually at Clint ISD, and then, my grandfather, my dad, all being coaches, I've just kind of been around it my whole life. And, if you ask Coach Brooks, who was my high school coach from Coronado High School, he'll tell you Ray's kind of been planning to be a head coach his whole life. And it's no doubt there's some truth to that. I've always sort of planned to be a head coach, and obviously you don't plan to not succeed. So, having a plan and just seeing it kind of working out exactly the way I wanted it to, it means a lot personally. It means a lot.
Well, it has been real fun to watch you guys. The San Elizario Eagles off to a 5-2 start behind their first-year head coach, Ray Aguilar Jr. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Coach Aguilar Jr. Coach, really appreciate your time. Again, congratulations on the great start and all the success. Enjoy your bye week, and best of luck next weekend down the road.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me on. Go Eagles.
There he goes, Ray Aguilar, the head coach, San Elizario Eagles. We have literally not had a reason to talk San Elizario football ever, basically. You know what I mean? We haven't, but something has changed there. Something has a switch has flipped, and it's really remarkable to see what's going on out there, and a program that you don't see going 0-10 to 5-2.
Right.
I mean, and by the way, they've only got 3 more games. And then they'll have a playoff game. Like it's been really, really special to see what's going on out there at San Elizario, and you can tell by talking to Coach that
he's prideful of that.
He's proud of that, and he should be.
Yeah.
He should be. That whole town should be proud of that.
Connecting with those kids really right off the bat.
Exactly, and that's something that you can't fake.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool to see what's going on out there at San Elizario. They have a bye week, and they take on Clint next week to open District 1 4A Division 1 play. So we appreciate Coach Aguilar hopping on with us. This is 100% true. I texted him yesterday to say, "Hey, Coach, love to have you on the show. Tomorrow would you be available?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'd love to. I watched the show today. Did you get your phone fixed?"
I had to give him crap when I first called him and said, "I appreciate you being concerned about that."
We've got hey man, we've got a brand. All right, we've got a brand, and that brand is this show is held together with bubble gum and duct tape.
Yep.
Yeah. That was actually one of the few good interviews you've ever done, Greg, and I was just thankful that the computer didn't crash during it.